There it is, man. Welcome to the Perfect Pair Podcast. One more again. Rock T is who I be.
And I'm Crystal, Rock T's better half.
Indeed. And guess what, y'all? We far from perfect.
But we're perfect for each other. Oh my God, you gotta stop mocking me. We just explained why I do that.
So make sure you guys download, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Go follow the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is starting to pick up some steam.
Ooh, okay. We ain't got more than 10 views now.
Subscribe. Let's get that thing up to 11 views.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't know that the podcast is actually on YouTube as well.
Right. No.
So if you're one of those people that drive and listen to your podcast and you do the audio version, you can get it anywhere you get your podcast. But if you want to watch and see this pretty little face every single week, go to the YouTube channel, Perfect Pair Podcast, and get all that. What we talking about today, Hawaiian?
I hate when you say that. Anyways, we are talking about always playing the victim. I know men do it, but I'm talking more because I'm a woman and I be around women that play the victim all the time. I have been a victim of certain things, but I'm no longer a victim. And when you play the victim, it's annoying.
Yeah, and you said it's something. We talking to the fellas too. We do it too.
Yes.
Men do this too.
And you don't understand how. Okay, we about to get into it because I'm about to break it down.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Let's go. Perfect Pair Podcast
Okay.
starts right now.
Okay. First, let me just say this. Nobody wants to constantly listen to how bad you've been treated and what something happened to you over and over and over. Nobody wants to constantly hear what he did, how he did it, what he did. And listen, I understand, babe, because I remember when we first got together, I kept talking about my ex and what he was doing. And it was annoying. And I had to catch myself.
Don't nobody want to hear the struggles you had with your ex.
Right, and how this person had did you so wrong, what he did, this and that. It's like, okay, when you first talk about it, you get it out and you're learning about each other.
Right.
But the constantly saying, like, this person did this to me, how he hurt me, how he didn't like me, and he beat me, and this person did this, and you want so much attention. You want to be recognized so much of why you're a victim.
Right.
Because that's where it's coming from. You just want people to understand and recognize that you are a victim.
Yep.
That gets draining.
Come on, man. Now, look, you're right. At the beginning.
Right.
Because you're learning each other. But now it's like, okay, you got it all out. Why are we still revisiting it? Why are you still bringing this stuff back up? Why you move forward?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, man, you're gonna put signs out there that maybe
you saying you
there's a lot of baggage that come along with this one.
Yes, because nobody likes to be around a person who constantly plays this victim role. You're constantly being a victim, and it's just, ugh. And listen, this is what you're doing. You're constantly recycling negative thoughts and living in that past. You're putting that in your mind because you're constantly just saying, like, okay, I was hurt, I was this, I was that. If y'all heard any of our past episodes, I actually came out and talked about one of my situations where I was a victim at one point in time. I was molested when I was young. I'm no longer going to keep revisiting that and keep rehashing that and make it into my present life.
Now here's something that also happens for the other, for that same. You put up a barrier and a wall. By doing what you just explained, by playing the victim, you put up a barrier and a wall. What is the barrier and what is the wall? Because you're mentally telling yourself, whether it's intentional or not, that my new boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to call it, it's just a matter of time. They're going to do the same thing.
I'm about to get into that too.
They're going to do the same thing.
And it does. Why you got to snap like that?
So I'm like, we trying to have a good time and you steady waiting for me to mess up or do something that your ex did to you.
Right, because it's like, it doesn't mean that because of all your past experiences, it doesn't mean that person that's with you now has to deal with those same experiences.
Message. Don't
bring that to them because you want to operate being this victim over and over and over and over again. It's just you're no longer operating in a rational place in mind frame is what I'm trying to get at. Because you're thinking irrationally. And most people don't even realize you're thinking that way because we've been burnt so bad and we haven't healed from that to move forward. And a lot of people don't understand your spouse, your person, it's not the trauma and the trauma that you've been through that they can't help you deal with, it's what you bring in from that trauma is what they can't deal with.
You said the key word, healing.
Right.
If you're not healed, you can never move to the next part. If you got a scratch or sore, you got to heal that wound. If not, what's going to happen? It's going to get infected.
Right.
What happens when it gets infected?
You saying that?
You going to mess around and get some kind of skin disease, could lead to some kind of skin cancer, amputation. Right. I mean, if you don't treat it and heal it when it happens, nothing but terrible things. The relationship is the same exact thing, man. When you have a problem, when you have a disagreement, argument, frustrations with each other, anything, you got to heal it first before you can move to the next.
Because what you're doing is you're creating victims and hurt and pain for other people because you were a victim. Now you're causing hurt and pain for your person you're with. You're creating a line of them with your friends, your parents, your family, your relationships. Because you're hurt, now you hurting them.
Hurt people.
Right, because you're not healing. I don't think people really understand that when they say, I know people hurt people, but I didn't want to be hurt. I didn't want to do this. And like you saying, because you haven't been healed. And then it was like, well, people don't want to be with me. You just don't want to be with me because of my past trauma. And I'm not even going to lie. That was why it was so hard for me to come out to you and tell you my situation and what happened to me, because I'm like, he's going to be done with me. Like, don't nobody want to deal with no person that done been through all this shit and this and that. But it wasn't that you didn't want to be with me. It was what I was bringing from that past.
Right. Because now I understand.
Right. And you got to understand that. And then me getting the help that I needed to move on and be better.
Yep.
Like.
So just imagine if you never would have done all that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm saying this to a lot of people, because I played the victim. And you don't realize you're playing the victim until you start to get the help and be like, damn. And you're hurting people in your path. You start to hurt the people that means the most to you, and you don't even realize you're hurting these people. It could be your kids. It could be anybody that you love the most. You're hurting them because you haven't decided to learn to heal from your own past trauma.
That's deep.
And sometimes you might be embarrassed to say it, but the person next to you that's rocking with you, being there for you, most likely are going to be more understanding than you think, especially if they love you for you. And if they don't, listen, even let's just say they say, hey, I this is not for me. I can't deal with this. You should respect that.
I got this one sometimes. I'm going to tell this quick story.
Okay.
I ain't going to name no names.
Okay.
But
oh, Lord.
Sometimes people hear stories like this and they laugh instead of learn from it. Mm-hmm. So I know someone that recently found out that his wife used to be what we call the set out chick back in the day. She was, if y'all don't know what a set out chick is.
Baby, everybody know what a set out chick is. This hoe was sleeping with everybody.
She the one that gets around.
Okay.
Got that reputation. Mm-hmm. So he just found out. Now they've been married for a good 17, 18 years now. Very happily married.
Babe, you ain't told me this story.
And
who is it?
I ain't telling you, I ain't naming no names. Y'all ain't gonna get me all in that mess.
I'm gonna find out.
But no, they're an amazing couple, right?
Okay. Well, that's good.
And he just recently found out that she had a reputation early before she even met him. Now this is before the relationship for them. So, and I had to tell him, he was mad. He's like, I said, bro, this is before you. Who cares what she did before you? As long as she ain't no serial killer or something like that. But I mean, I know it kind of hurts your manhood a little bit, but this was all before you. Who is the woman that you've been married with for 17 years and you got this beautiful family and y'all are doing well, blah, blah, blah. Stay locked in on that.
Right.
But she could have told me. She could have told me, and I would have, blah, 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 blah. I said, man, flip the script.
Right.
Now, what if you
he probably was a set out dude. Because, that's another thing. I hate when y'all men say that about the women, but y'all be out there poking everybody.
That's what I said. I said, let's flip the script. Did you tell her every woman that you just slept with?
Nope.
He just got quiet. I said, bro, it's the past. It's before you met. Now, if she was doing all this while you were married with her, that's different. That's a whole nother conversation. But this is...
They probably got the same body count. And he over here mad at her.
But she wanted to... But the reason why it all came up is it was her idea to kind of come clean. Like, is there anything that that because I want to know, she want to know everything about him. He wants to know everything about it. It's like, listen, we've been married 17 years. We should be past anything. So let's share some information.
I
That's
wish
how it
you
all caught
would
up.
share me some stuff like that and you couldn't tell me that shit beforehand. Like, why you laughing? You laughing?
Oh, man.
17 years,
17 years,
you might as
man.
well keep that in the closet somewhere. Like, shit, you have to unlock that door and find that key somewhere because I'm not supposed to give it to you. Do you hear me? 17 years? Shit. Nope. I don't know what they say. They lying. Like, why? Like, and that's not even past trauma. So shit,
Yeah,
nigga, I'm
man.
good now. I done got it all out of my system. That's why I can only be with you. I'm not telling that damn story. Hell no, girl, you shouldn't have said nothing. I'm sorry.
I was thinking the same thing on my other
Like,
shit.
who does that?
I'm telling, but I'm trying to be there for my boy. You know what I'm saying? But, anyways, it's all, everything as of now I guess is all good. But
You said I guess.
I guess because he ain't called me back and sent me no text saying that he want a divorce or nothing. So, it is what it is. But
He looking at her. He probably thinking everybody he done talked to she done mess with.
no, that's what he said, man. I don't even know. I could be looking him dead in his face.
He did. You did. You saw. You met. You probably cool with one of them.
One of my homeboys
Right. You
could've been
yeah.
one.
You did, sir. But just go and get over it. You need to forgive her and move on.
Oh,
At this
man.
point, yeah. Damn.
That's
17
rough.
years.
17. She gonna come out
You
with
made me
that.
lose my train of thought. I can't
Me too, because I was leaning. I brought that up to make a point. I can't remember what my point was now.
I don't either. But
Because that's the thinking about, like, dang. No, I'm going.
Rocky. Listen, we talking about playing the victim, and when you bring that shit into a relationship,
Right.
you cause more issues and trauma. Because I have people that told me, like, I have all these past trauma, but my husband's not understanding it, this and that. And I was like, I don't think it's the trauma that they can't deal with, it's what you bringing into it. Because let me give you an example. Let's just say the dude is out with his boys, hanging out. He didn't answer his phone. Because he hanging and having a good time. The music's loud. He just didn't hear it.
Right.
He just so happened didn't hear it. But you start thinking in your head, because you, in your past, when your ex didn't answer the phone,
Come on.
didn't do this, he was cheating on you, he was doing something he ain't got no business doing, you knew he was doing this. So now you bring into this relationship, he's automatically doing that.
It's called a pattern.
And right.
Like
and,
a pattern can't be changed or broken or
Right.
done different. It's like, go ahead. I got someone to add to this.
No, because it's like, okay, and then when he coming back, you go into hollering and screaming, want to throw stuff at him, talking about he cheating, he's a liar, this, why you didn't answer your phone, you must want to be with these hoes, so this and that. I said, you doing too much. I was like, you want to, and he asking you like, hey, what's going on? Like, what? I don't even know. Like, I just was having fun. Like, I didn't hear my phone. He hasn't given you any reason to not trust him.
Come on now.
And this is where you got to stop living in that past, because you got to go and really think, has he given me any reason not to trust him?
Fellas, this is for you too.
Right. He's sharing his location. This was another thing that got baffled me. He's sharing his location. You know who he's with. And when he did realize you called, he called you right back.
Mm-hmm.
He came home in a timely manner.
Right?
He was a little tipsy, but he had a good time. But he came home because
Right.
he was out with his boys having a good time. What do you expect? And then he wasn't drinking and driving. He got Ubered back.
Mm-hmm.
He explained all that to you, and you want to fight him and talking about he was with another hoe and all this other stuff.
So let's go back to the pattern. Okay, I get it. You work 9 to 5. You get off work.
Mm-hmm.
You come home, or you go work out. Then you come home and you do this. And whatever. There's a certain pattern that we all have every single day of the
Right.
same things that we do.
Mm-hmm.
But if that pattern shifts and changes slightly, that doesn't mean that you automatically go into you're cheating, or where were you, or why wasn't you doing this? Now we're going back to this situation.
Right.
It's like you can't be robotic in your relationship. This is my opinion. You can't be robotic. Like if something shifts or change, as long as there is communication involved,
Right.
that's all that matters. It's like, don't just, you've been doing it this way for so long, and now you changed it one day, now you're cheating. Or
Right.
you're doing this. You're with another woman. You're with another man. You're blah, blah, blah. No, I didn't. I just, whatever it is. But don't get so caught up in a pattern all the time to allow this pattern to disrupt and cause drama in your relationship.
Right.
Because this happens a lot.
Yes, and I told her, I said, now you're showing a lack of empathy, because what makes your suffering more than his?
Mm.
in what he's going through, because now you causing him to suffer. Now he don't understand. He's trying to figure out what's going on, because now you going upside his head. You threatening him. You're telling him everything's going wrong. Now you want to leave him. Now you want to try to block him. Then you want him back. Then you're just causing all this other disruption. And it's like, what makes you think that your suffering is more than his? And then you the one that's causing his suffering. So it ain't even him causing you suffering. It's you causing him suffering, and your past causing you your suffering. And so it has nothing to do with what he did to you.
And then you get to the point where you start stepping on eggshells with each other.
Yes. Oh my God.
You don't want to do this. Yes. You don't want to do that. Now you're living your life. Now you're living your life like a robot.
Right.
Now you're living your life like, well, if I do that, she'll do this. Or if I do that, he'll react this way. So I got to make sure. Now you're living your life nervous. How do you are nervous in your own relationship?
Listen,
when you get to the point when you're nervous in your own relationship.
When you get to the point when it's 110 degrees outside and you willing to sit out in that mug for 5 hours straight with no AC, no fan, no nothing, something serious.
Yeah, it's time to say. Deuces.
And we saying this because we know somebody that has done this, that goes through this, and we're like, man, I'm sorry. Like, you too scared to do anything. You just listen. You just want that person to go over there, and you stay out here in this heat.
How you gonna be nervous and scared now? Now this is different. If you got some physical abuse going on, that's different. But even then, there's things that there's people that you can go to. You can go to the police and you can go to get some help or whatever. But for the most part, man, just for every day, you that nervous and scared in your own relationship because you worried about what, man? Come on.
Because she gonna snap or he gonna snap. And I feel like this goes a lot with the women. I don't know. I just, you know what? I have not been in a relationship with a man that tries to snap at me, because I'm always ready to fight back.
Snap back.
I am. So I'm that girl that would fight back. I was that woman and that girl back in the day that I would fight you back. Like, I'm not gonna. I had one dude put his hand on me, and I had got a 2x4 to go get him. I wasn't worried at all. Like, I've always been the one, like, you're not gonna hit me and think I'm just gonna sit here and cry. I never understood why women would sit there and just cry when a man beat them.
Self-defense.
Right. But I do understand. I mean, I don't want to discredit on women getting abused, because I know that's like
it's
really serious and that's serious. But for me, I've always just been a fighter myself.
Right.
So, but I'm not bringing that. I never brought that to my next relationship. Like, okay, because he went upside my head, somebody else going to go upside my head. No, because if somebody else went upside, I know I'm going to do that to that person too. So shit, maybe I did bring it to the next relationship. I don't know. I'm just saying. Wait, this is going to where it shouldn't be going. But pretty much what I'm saying is, we don't need to be playing the victim and bringing all that drama and shit to the next phase. Stop laughing. I went laugh a little bit. I did. Rocky!
You talk yourself right into that one, boy.
I did. Maybe I did. But
so basically what you're saying is, if anybody put their hands on me, we going, man. We going at it.
We fighting. We fighting. I'm not going to just be getting knocked upside my head. That's just me, though. Again, that's just me. But what? At the end of the day, I want you people to stop playing a victim. If you have been traumatized, you have been hurt, something has happened to you, go get help. Go seek help now. Because all you're going to do is keep hurting other people, and you're going to make more victims in this world because you're causing pain and hurt to them. And that's not fair to those people. And you're not going to be, you just won't be happy. There's no way you can be happy, because it's always other people's fault. It's always why I've done this. I've tried this. I've done everything, and I still can't get this. I've talked to a person where I'm like, yeah, well, everything's going to go good. You're going to work through that. Everything's going to get better. Now you're no longer with this person. You can move on. Just don't be around him. You right. I just don't understand why there's just a dark cloud around.
Come on now.
Me.
You bring all that energy into your doggone life.
Damn.
It's you.
Right. Okay. You just said you right. And then you talking about it's just a dark cloud that follow you. No. Okay. Now you bringing a cloud to me and I don't want it. So go on about
you
your business.
You go on with your dark cloud. I try to give you some good advice. I try to be here for you, but you going to keep talking yourself down. You're going to keep beating yourself up. You're going to keep bringing all this negative energy into your space. Listen, we say it all the time. We speak our day.
Okay.
Period. Like, we don't let nobody else speak our day for us. It is what it is. You can speak your day. You can speak your life. It's up to you. So you're going to keep on just dark cloud. Well, this person, victim. I'm a victim. I'm crying about everything, fussing about everything. There's always something wrong.
And when something great happens, you still find the bad and the negative.
Still find the bad and negative.
That is the worst. And that's why you by yourself and people stop talking to you and they no longer want to talk to you. Stop watching the news. Oh my God. Like, I hate people that watch the news. Did you hear it? No, I didn't want to hear it.
I'm in media every day. I'm on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show every single day. And it's part of our job to watch the news so we can talk about it on the air and so we can be caught up in current events and so on and so forth. But I'm like, I don't. I mean, I do it if I have to, especially with sports. Okay, I'm the sports guy, so okay, I do love sports because I'm always watching anyways. But as far as CNN and all that stuff,
I don't mind watching the news. Like, it don't really bother me. It's sad, just to keep up to date. But if you're a victim and you watching the news, all you gonna do is go down a whole big ass rabbit hole, and it's gonna get darker and darker for you because you're gonna keep adding that on to all your little victimized shit because you haven't healed from your past shit. So at the end of the day, what I want you to do, stop playing the damn victim.
Pimping, and get yourself healed if you feel like you're a victim. How do you do that? Like Wifey just said, there's people that can help. There's a lot of people. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, dude.
Yeah, there's people you can call to get help. There's therapy out there. You got to deal with it. Until you can heal it, it's going to cause nothing but drama. So that was a good one, baby.
Thanks, honey.
Especially the part of you talking about putting your hands on. Somebody put their hands on you.
Well, okay, honey. That's fine. But yeah, stop being a victim. We'll see you guys next week.
Hey, subscribe, download, go tell a friend to tell a friend. Go check out the YouTube channel, all that good stuff. Perfect Pair Podcast. Anywhere you get your podcast. Deuces.
Bye.
So pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, billy goats and girls and bats and everything else.
Why do you do that? Just say ladies and gentlemen or just say hi. We are here to tell you guys where to subscribe.
Why are you talking like that? You don't even talk like that. Talk
I know,
yourself.
because I'm waiting for you. Okay.
Subscribe.
Okay. Subscribe. Please listen. You will not be sorry.
Did you just fart?
No. That's your breath.
Oh, comeback time.
Bye.